According to the ancient chronicles and maps handed to you by the pilgrim, this icy planet used to be a prosperous imperial colony. However, a sharp change in its trajectory brought up by the warp anomaly raging in the system caused the world to distance itself from the local star. In less than a decade, the planet's surface was completely encased in ice, sealing the wealth of machine and artifact of the Imperium inside the galactic tomb. Use Argus to scan the planet. It looks like the Pilgrim records were true. The Argus managed to locate the shapes of several Imperial buildings under layers of snow and ice, though one can only guess what purpose they used to serve. Develop a plan for changing the planet's climate without support from the Imperium. After deliberating, the senior officers unanimously decided that only the Adaptus Mechanicus possessed the technology required for a project of such a massive scale. The rogue trader should contact the representative in the Coroner's Expanse and secure further cooperation. Your crew is treated to an amazing sight. The armory world, which spent decades under layers of Titan-packed ice, blossomed before them like a carpet of black flowers, revealing hundreds of Imperium supply based amidst the melting snow broth. They are particularly untouched by time. Pillage the world using scouting and assault troops. Look, Captain, the tech priests have made a sinister discovery on Kiavagama, a blasphemous machine built at the behest of the wicked Cubist Delphim. This mechanism, capable of picking up the whispers of the warp, is also occasionally to transmit a discordant bionadic melody to nowhere in particular, but no encrypted data or other threats have been detected. It seems to be functional side effects of sorts. Of course, the idea of using a machine instead of astropaths to contact the voices of the warp may seem tempting, but this machine is teeming with corruption. Its fuel tanks are satiated with the liquefied souls of the subject. It has enough for now, but someday it will have to be refilled. How could he construct such a monstrous machine? By defying the dictums of the Omniscia and venturing into the perilous field of experimenting with warp technology. It is dangerous knowledge, but the ancient and incredibly complex Vosk's core of the mechanism is much older than Delphin was. He probably found it here and made use of it to its own ends. Or at the risk. Typical of contact with the Immaterium, it intercepts information from the warp which puts the minds and the souls of the staff serving the machine in jeopardy. The warp is treacherous. However, the secret artisans to whom you have entrusted the task of dealing with the legacy of the wicked Delphim claims to be able to use the device to your advantage and without any risks. What my retinue thinks of this. On behalf of Inquisition, I hereby declare a ban on any contact with this device. It must be removed and given to our acolytes. Normally that would be all, but I would explain further out of respect for you. The Inquisition can reap benefits from the heretical machine. Our trained acolytes are able to carry a vigil near it, carefully listening to the dark whisper of the spirits of the Immaterium without succumbing to the corruption. We could discover the plans and warn the rogue trader whenever any threat would loom over his domain. The daemons wanted us to hear this vile speech. Let them hear our righteous cry. Nerosvos, let me summon the most zealous preachers who would dedicate their lives and zeal to reveal litany of fury and rage to this machine. Let the inhabitants of the warp hear our voice and fear us. This blasphemous creation must be anathemized and deconstructed. In the name of the total knowledge acquisition, the principles of this operation must be inspected beforehand in great secrecy, requesting the right to investigate the heretical device before disposing of it. Switch the machine from receiving to transmitting. We will use it in place of colony astropathic wire. Your command shall be relayed to the manufacturing attendants. The mechanism turned into astrophatic repeater could convey a message just as more reliably and clearly than the Kwai could. Strange errors obfuscating the message's original meaning would occasionally slip in, but such inaccuracies have been considered acceptable. You sight a ship hovering over Void Station. The vessel bears no identification marks, but a landing craft swarmed the station below makes the situation clear. Pirates have seized the Imperial outpost. The Augurs detect that the pirate ship is warming up its engine and quickly reloading its cannon. It's preparing for battle. Attack first.
Steer us to our target. Eviscerate them. Unleash the storm of macro-cannons. Macro-cannons, annihilate them. Send their souls to the void. Let the incandescent beam scorch our enemies. Unleash your wrath upon my enemies. Let destruction pour forth. Macro-cannons, annihilate them. Let destruction pour forth. Macro-cannons, annihilate them. Emblazon our path. Let destruction go forth. Unleash the storm of macro-cannons. Macro-cannons, annihilate them. Charter course. Unleash shall not upon my enemies. Macro cannons, annihilate them. I reign supreme again. Embrace true power. Your struggles are in vain.
I will level you!
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the... Now you're clad in scarlet. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Here we go. Let's make it quick.
Time to slaughter someone!
I move as if unseen. I understand your intent. If it serves your cause. If I... I am not your secret. Fortune favors the swift.
Hold on.
Let's get to it! Show me what you've got!
My resolve is unshaken. Let's make it quick. Out of my way.
Let's get to it! Time to slaughter someone!
Let's get to it.
This goes against the tenets. A dance of blades and shadows. As the tenets caught by the tongue, the other side away. As honor ordains. I shall not killing. Brings me no pleasure. Trust me. I would that I could. Let not the righteous fear, may their blades be sharp.
On it!
Was that you? Or... Death is a blessing. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Explorers know one route. Forward. Request approved. Vulnerability analysis successful. One step closer. I will triumph. Purpose guides me. I will triumph.
Emperor, give me strength. Isn't this a job for the witness the fury of House Orcelio? If I may, I am a navigator, not a servitor.
If it serves your cause, I understand your intent. I am not your... No weakness is hidden from my sight. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
But of course. Anything else?
Stop trying, monkey. I hear you moving. No more.
Scared, yeah?
Mocking me.
Reading damage.
Let's make it quick.
I know what is to come. On it. The whisper must be appeased.
Out of my way. Hold on. Let's get to it.
I am your blade and shield. As honor or death is a blessing.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Ruin beckons. A blood-soaked tribute. Descend upon the weak.
This tedium is beneath. I deal death with my hands.
I'm here, maggot.
Will do.
Here we go. Let's make it quick!
I will leave footprints of scarlet. The shadows will see it done. As honor ordains. Come, the other side awaits. As the tenets demand. As honor ordains, death is a blessing. The shadows will see your soul be purged. As honor ordains, the other side awaits. No. As the tenets demand. Trust me, death is a blessing. I shall not fail. It brings me no pleasure. As honor ordained, my blade whispers your name. The other side awaits. Death is a blessing.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
The dead know nothing, and neither do the ignorant.
The world trembles beneath my feet. I see the forbidden.
This cold, windy planet is covered by a raging sea of mustard grey grass, so tall it reaches the average human's waist. The monotony of the endless steppe is occasionally broken by a chain of murky green leaks, but the Ogre crew spots a far more interesting anomaly, a scar running several dozen kilometers deep, splitting the world's equator in two. After 2 exploration watches, the crew intercepted a faint signal coming from one of the labor settlements in the deep chasm. Due to the unstable connection, the former mistakes your vessel for winter scale ship. One was due to arrive 9 cycles ago. The former grimly reports over the weak channel that the adamantine ore deposits on the world are nearly depleted and that the planet will be fully mined out in less than a decade. With some difficulty, he picks up enough words to understand that the ship orbiting belongs to another rock trader house and awkwardly apologizes in a full silence. At some point, the connection cuts off completely and you leave the foreman and his protectorates to wait for their real master. The sight before you has excited the officers' corps, who are delighted to witness the truly majestic end of the planet through the huge windows on the bridge, one of many nameless worlds throughout the expanse. An unknown reason caused the planet to break into several uneven parts, but its strong magnetic field is still preventing them from drifting into the cold abyss of space. The planet's hard inner core has remained almost untouched as thousands of explosions taking place under its shell of hard metals light up the world's heart from the inside. The Augur crew detect several ruined extractoriums of the broken planet's surface. The analysis shows somebody used to mine adamantine here but abandoned the deposit after the catastrophe. Most of the machines are damaged beyond repair, but the tech adapters calm one of the complexes can be restored if the rogue trader has the required parts and equipment. Dismantle. You decide not to spend the resources on fixing the mechanism on the surface of the world that may literally break apart at any moment. Over the course of several rotations, you people fully dismantle the extractor and evacuate the planets without incident. Does it increase to 11? When Rock Trader ship draws near the unidentified celestial body, the machine spirits on every deck from the captain's bridge to the cargo holds become frantic. The engines are refusing to cooperate, sending the void ship hurling towards the epicenter of the anomaly like an arrow towards the target. You awake after unsettled sleep to find yourself lying on a stiff cardboard mat. You are overcome with a strange sense of wrongness. The place is dark and reeks of body odor. Someone elbows you under the ribs and grabs you by the collar, spitting abuse. It is an enforcer patrolling the void ship, and she is clearly displeased. Punch the woman in the face and run away. You wrestle out the enforcer's grip with ease, punch the woman in the nose and turn around and flee into the darkness of unknown passageways. After taking yet another turn, you look over your shoulder and see if the being pursued, and you notice a sign of the bulkhead. Bay Theta 54, the lower decks. Talk to the lockers to learn about every life on the lower decks. The lockers offer friendly smiles as soon as they see you, perhaps if is your appearance. Starting hazily back at you out of the glass bulkhead in a shaggy, shooty face worn out vagrant in rags. A face not all that different from those of the new friends. At any rate, no one is trying to hurt you. You are told a couple of amusing stories about local life and almighty Lord Captain, and the monsters that frightens people every now and then when the entire ship shakes and red lumens flash overhead. The rugged people who have thoroughly enjoyed your pleasant company walk with you to the base supervisor's cabin. The Woska asks the supervisor to report a stray noble from the upper decks. Your poise and manners do make you stand out on the humble destinies of the lower deck. When you are restored to the bridge, the Vox Master gives praise to the Emperor of Humanity and explains that you were trapped in an anomaly that made the people on the ship inexplicably trade places. A rescue squad was displaced at once to retrieve your lordship, but your friends from the lower decks have already helped the Lord Captain back to where he belongs. A massive door is dotted with small chips, scratch and bullet marks. There is no sign of any hinges, levers or anything resembling a lock. There is a dusty panel built into the wall to the right. As you approach, the craft screen starts to flicker faintly. Force the access using the control panel. A little patience and you hear the tire clicking of mechanisms from beyond the wall. The door opens slowly and with a groan.
The world will bow. Operation successful. This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality. begins.
Watch your steps.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
My success is an irrefutable certainty. This explorator is blessed. Embrace true power.
I am your shadow. Another step, another thread. I do what I must.
The machine god grants me insight. The world
None are better at
trembles
searching.
beneath my feet. Powers unseen uncover my path. The world will bow.
Before you is an ancient but wholly typical console intended to use by people not trained in the mysteries of ministering the machine spirit. The cogitator is completely silent, but as you approach, you sense the warmth emanating from its metallic casting, a telltale sign that the machine is working. Pascal offers the cogitators a reverent bow, chanting the biometric area of launch priming. The spirit of these machines embodies resilience and indomitability. In this den of decay and entropy, still does it reign over its displays.
Intriguing.
System check, processing input data, data confirmed, compressor launch progress, pressure level nominated, warning. With your permission, I will extract the command blocks on this noble machine to hold the vigil for the decreased spirits. The Omni shall preserve the faithful.
I tread a path unexplored.
"348 years ago, our ancestors arrived in this blooming world, built the cities and the manufacturings, and founded here a society free from heresy and fear. But the immortal Emperor of humanity, Warden of Light, saw fit to test our faith. A great war tore open the rift between our ancestors, dividing them into two factions and turning their world into the boundless battlefield. Each day we fought the enemy so that our children could see the dawn of the new era. An era without blood, pain and tears. Brave people living and dead paved with their bodies the road to our future. And one day the skies answered our prayers. The great star allies descended from the darkness of the cosmos and bestowed upon our great army of the doomsday weapon. And so we brought righteous anger upon our foes. And the new era. The universe will hardly notice our deed, but the God Emperor sees all. We, children of a great nation, must dedicate ourselves to this sacred mission, to survive and revivify this world, as the most beautiful flowers are revivified from ashes. And hence do not despair, sons and daughters of the Immaterium, for our star allies are behind us, and the God of humanity is with us. I know that help is coming, and soon the skies overhead will shine once more.
Seize the opportunity. The world trembles beneath my feet.
Just as he ordained. around me. What do you see when you look at me?
Usually a colorful pandemonium, but now your colors have faded. Are you afraid of me, Idira? Or of what I might see in you?
O Messiah, grant me the wisdom to perceive.
Entry C. It's been 100 cycles and these idiots are still none of the wiser about who they save from the storm. Going back to my camp, I no longer an option. Damned rats chew through the protective suit and these peasants are out of the repair materials. There are some decent people here, just civilians like my mother. This one girl, Zimmy, even made a habit of coming by in the after hours. She asked me to teach her the letters, so she can write to her father, who went to the surface two turns ago. Foolish child, the world has taken its toll on both sides. Hold on. Am I sympathizing with the enemy? I better put a stop to it. I was finally allowed entry to the upper levels, and lo and behold, what did I find? The same supply crates as though gifted to us to our lords by the Star Alliance. The same rations as we've been eating, the same weapons as we've been fighting with, so our lives have simply been toyed with. If Winterscale has betrayed us, I must report this to the command, no matter the cost. I got my hands on the cutter and they commissions a few block of explosives. No one noticed a thing. I bribed the archivist with a dozen Russians, and now I just need to get schematics for a life support system. Rats brought disease from the surface. The medical unit is packed. Just the right time for a quick short circuit. Zimi drank the poisoned water and vomited a lot of blood. Schematic were inaccurate, but now I know the certain which pipes go the living modules and which to the barracks. The senior comms officer suspected something. It's time.
Intriguing.
For no creature.
Me? You insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
If I must, I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. No weakness is hidden from my sight. Ancestors, guide me! If it serves your cause.
But of course.
As the tenets demand. Caught by the web. My blade whispers your name. Trust me. The other side awaits.
My
Ravage and conquer. I will triumph. Purpose guides me.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey. I understand your intent. Hear you moving, no more. No weakness is hidden from my sight.
Advancing.
The world will bow.
The coordinators from the ship log lead to an unremarkable star system. The Owl crew reports that the array cannot register anything worthy of a Lord Captain attention. Was the log entry just some idea of a joke? If somebody has decided to mock the rogue trader, they are playing a dangerous game. Look, Captain, there is evidence of recent scuffle straight ahead of us. Throne takers, this is not a frigate, this is just a gutted piece of metal. The helmsman falls silent for a moment. Blimey, the culprits are here too. It is the Alderi freaks. I recognize their shiny asses even from this distance. Except the Xenas are acting suspicious. They are hovering in place and not even trying to run. Should we approach or open fire from distance? Call off you people and Lantach. Something is wrong. The children of Assyrian are dismayed, but doing something like this is to a monkey vessel. No, we are not animals. I appeal to your procedure and the promise you made to not destroy my kin for the deeds they did not commit. Look, Captain, we have received a report from our Augo crew. The situation is as usual. The Xeno ship displays no biological or energetic signatures, even though it appears to be intact. According to the scanners, there is nobody on board. However, survivors are believed to be hiding in one of the compartments in the damaged vessel of the Imperium. We have also spotted some drifting planting remains that belongs to a third unidentified vessel. Investigate Xena's ship. After several hours of tedious waiting, Vigdis gets back on air. Lord Captain, the scouts confirm our earlier reports. The Xeno ship is intact. Many valuable artifacts have been found inside, but neither the Alderi nor their bodies were discovered. We are late again, Elantach. The elite's voice sounds faint and almost littles. Identify the third vessel. The Vox Master relays to the order that priest and promptly receive a reply. Lord Captain, I reported that this is the hull fragments belonging to Drukhari, Xena's raids, but the presence of the ship in the system at this time has not been confirmed. Dispatch a rescue team if there is any survivors of the frigate. It will be done. Vigdis flips the switches of the Vox system cogitators and the transmission goes quiet for a while. Lord Captain, the scouts managed to rescue several emaciated officers from the wrecked ship. Despite their wounds, they were able to tell us that war had happened. During a patrol, the frigate discovered an Alderi ship crossing the system and decided to immediately attack enemies of humanity. The Xenos vessel proved too fast and skittish, but at one point his engine failed, giving the frigate a chance to attack. When the guns were aimed, several Drukhari ships suddenly pounced from the darkness. At first they attacked from the distance, but soon boarded the frigate and wrecked the body massacre on the deck. It is only by sheer miracle that the surviving officers managed to escape, locking themselves up in a hidden technical compartment of Xenos had no use for. The survivors claimed that the Xenos considered and deliberately led the ship into the trap, where it met its doom. The Xenos joined forces to eliminate the vessel of the Imperium. The alliance between the Alderi and Drukhari is an unusual sight, and yet such an outcome is hardly surprising. Why, Master Interrogator? I was thinking exactly the same thing. At least you and I can finally agree on something. How blind are the Monkey to devices of their own kind? Humans attack a ship when the children of Assyrian sailing peacefully by is my kin Clan's people who are to blame. Gilead is beside herself with contempt and rage. No, my kind would not willingly take part in the massacre orchestrated by the Dark Ones and then abandon the ship. Something else happened here, something I am afraid to even consider. We have done everything we could. We are leaving. I should command your lordship. The crew were treated to a truly impressive sight, a colossal storm on a gas giant surface. The planet dimensions in themselves were mind-boggling, and then it birthed a tempest, the storm to end all storms. As the Lord Captain and his officers observed it from the safe distance to the bridge's huge viewing windows, someone suggested giving it a name. The Emperor's Wrath granted the most votes. Some in the crew believed the storm to be an omen. We can only hope this is an omen of great things to come. The cogitator's screech highlights the shape of several buildings. The small settlement, the only one on the planet, is Winterskill Dynasty Outpost. Visit the outpost. After a lengthy descent to the planet, you are rewarded with the dismal sight. The entire outpost consists of long columns of uniforms, bunkhouses, machine hangars, and large headquarters topped with the massive antenna on an ancient voxcaster. The binary suns hanging in the sky make every object cast two shadows, a spectacle you find vaguely disturbing. The custodian and his people go out of their way to give the esteemed guest a proper reception, but the resources are scarce at best. The custodians share alarming news. The outpost is highly dependent on various deliveries from the Winterscale worlds, but the two ships have already failed to arrive on schedule. The locals do not have the astropath on their own, so the custodian cannot determine the cause of delays or requested aid. The outpost will soon run out of food at this rate, so the custodian sent an urgent request for provision. He is begging you for help, offering what little his settlement has in exchange. The custodians show you with gratitude and hurries to send gifts in return. The family... The return journey treats you to rare and unexpected spectacle. An eclipse begins as one of the local suns covers the other. You watch as your temperature drops, the lightning changes, and the double shadow vanish. The two discs in the sky emerge, forming a shimmering oval and then become one. Eventually the fantastic event passes, leaving behind a vivid memory. The machine's spirit has recognized the one who stands before it. The previous string of sacred codes signified a greeting as well as acknowledgement that you have successfully completed a certain task. Now the grid mechanism stands ready to proceed with your quest. The answer lies beyond the bounds of my knowledge. My suspicion is that they might have something to do with your recent travels. A strange frightening discovery was made at one of the sites of the frozen world. Countless human bodies suspended in the clear ice of the glacier. The bodies show no sign of injury. It was as if they dived into liquid water the moment before it turned to solid ice, freezing them in place with their eyes wide open and the fur fanning out behind them. Searches uncovered nothing that could explain this mystery. Look, Captain, we have an Imperial Navy squadron preparing to engage a pirate mob. The force of the flotillas are comparable. Do you wish to intervene? We targeted I carried the commander of the gang boss, or whatever is charged of its scoundrels. Your lordship, this is the Princess Luxetia von der Roysen. I beg you, do not remain on the sidelines. That old ruffian Admiral Sarles is willing to kill thousands of people just to get to me. He is not a force of justice. He is obsessed with his own personal desires. He has been stalking me for years. He got my father to agree to our wedding, even now refuses to give up. Please protect me and a handful of freedom fighters like myself. We do not want to be ruled by tyrants like Sarkos. We attack the Imperial Navy from the rear to dare a fight for freedom.
The void calls, the warp beckons. Eviscerate them. Let the Empyrean guide us. Torpedoes, now!
Always target the weakest point.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies. Unleash the storm of macro cannons. Steer us to our target. Unleash our wrath upon my enemies! Let destruction pour forth. Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
We broke their shield. Now break their spirit.
crimson our path. Unleash our wrath upon my enemies. Eviscerate them. Unleash the storm of the
Their fate awaits them.
Let the Empyrean guide us. Send their souls to the void.
And so it will be with anyone who stands in our way.
Your Lordship, I can tell you how grateful I am. Please accept my sincere appreciation and a shuttle with gifts. In addition to the spoils taken from the defeat enemy, the presents include a very special item. The old bastard Sharol was very proud to possess it. I will send word of your kindness to all of the corners of the Expanse and let the Fellowship of the Void know that you are the friend of the free people. Where will we go now? To a place where you have no ranks, no authority, no tyrant, no arranged marriages. I hope our path will cross again one day, but for now I bid you farewell.